Getting tipsy with the devil inside. Jump. Somehow pushes back all the way to center stage. Escapes the corner to reset the situation. Their spacing is so on point right now. But who's gonna blink first? Trying to read each other here? Sticks the jump in. You can open up chances to do big damage by baiting something out, getting that opening, and then jumping in. Counting on the super to do the job. Player 1 drops them to half, closing the gap. Breaks those shins. Breaks the block with a throw. Player 2 is not in a good place health-wise, but with a super art in play, it's still not over. Manages to fall in with a rock. What were they thinking? Experiencing burnout. Player 2 can't use any drive moves. Big time whip. A jump barely blocks the jump in. Looking for a hole. This can lead to some big damage. Closes it out. Gotta hand it to both of our fighters. They put on a real clinic for us. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Gets the jump in. Okay, they trade hits. Both fighters have plenty of health. Where is this match gonna go? How are they going to deal damage? What's the play here? Finds the time to squeeze in a buff. What's the play here? The throw hits. Now the fun begins. Good work staying in throw range there. Player 2 chases them down. Will this super art connect? Blocks the jump in. Caught in the cross-up. Knockdown. This is the range where things get messy. Can they utilize their reach or bait each other out? Player 1 can't afford to get hit again, but still has a chance to take the round if they can find openings to use their drive. Drink level max out. This party's getting crazy. Player 1 creates a good corner opportunity. Both fighters are weighing their options and looking for an opening. Springs forward with a drive rush. The super doesn't hit. Both of them are low on health and are playing big drive rush to keep it going. KO. Player 1 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on.
Round 2. Fight.
Jumps up. Are we going to see some fireworks here? Opts for the free flow kicks to get a drink in. Reads them. Player 1 has the life advantage. Time to sit on the lead. Beats them and goes in for the hug. Oh, got too eager. Blocks the impact. Drive rush to keep it going. Jumps. There's springs forward with the drive rush. Cages them in with the Latsuka. The super doesn't hit. Player 2 is not in a good place health-wise, but with the super art in play, it's still not over. This is gonna hurt. What'll happen here? Drive impact misses. Player 2 can't let this catches out the cage right there.
This is our destiny.
Only a little bit of drive and life left. No way, that win wasn't luck. That was 100% planned.
Of course I'd win!
Final round. Fight.
Reiko sets up with the jump in. Player 2 managed their drive gauge well to create lots of opportunities for themselves. Let's see if they can maintain this rhythm. Getting it all on the drive rush. Not looking good. The corner's a bad place to be. Knocked them out of the air. Player, there's a burnout. Send them to another dimension. Crown them from above. Player 1 is looking at a grim situation. Stone cold embrace. Can't block those. They're in range. We gonna see a jump in, a dash, target, and eat. This is gonna hurt. Player 1 can't use any drive move. Got sets up with the jump in. Are you kidding me? Player 2 was definitely sweating during that well-earned win. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run. Where's this going? Gets a risky buff in. baits them and goes in for the hug. A little too greedy there. Knockdown. Player 2 chases them down. Keeping them in the corner will only produce more damage opportunities. Sticks the combo. Player 2 is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. They were anticipating that super. In a dire nice. Sees the combo through and takes the round. Player 2 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with?
Fight.
Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Raids him! Medium kick. Grabs him. That throw will do some good damage. Player 2 digs in deep to get that drive in. Were they baiting them into that? Player 2 will have to deal with this dangerous bout of burnout for a while. Out of drive game. Now's the time. That's a big gap. Who's going to close it? Took him to the corner in a flash. Chases them into the corner and will now look to do some damage. Very slick with a combo. This is a turning point. They gotta turn it around. Springs forward with the drive rush. Doesn't miss a beat. Somehow manages all in with a rush. And they create an opportunity for themselves to seal the deal. There's no blocking that. Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Opts for the free flow kicks to get a drink in. Goes for the low kick. Picks up some damage with a long reaching attack. Player 2 with the life lead. There's a corner switch. That overhead was a bit obvious. He maintains composure and pushes out of the corner. Escapes the corner to reset the situation. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Takes the drip. The drink level's up to 4. All options are on the table. Definitely answers the air attack. Getting into the end game now. Gets Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage.
Round 2. Fight.
Departure set. They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Player 2 did a great job of maintaining their drive gauge during that last round. It's going to be even more important in this next round to keep that up to help strengthen their ground game. Our fighters are at a standstill. What's the play here? Player 1 has the life lead. Can they use it? There's been some back and forth, but no one has dominated the fight. Player 2 will look to apply pressure here. Not much life difference. Player 2 is working with a better game. What can they do with it? What separates the good from the great in this game is smart gauge management. Both of our combatants are cooking up something. Drops them from the air. Finds the target. Player 2 with the rhythm owning that space. What a finish! Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow-up here? Jumps? They can open up this round big by converting this punish counter. That should teach him you can't just throw out moves. Low heavy hit. Knockdown. Turns it up a notch and sends them to add a little super juice into this combo for more damage. Will that super be the turning point? Player 2 is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. That's the jumping they were looking for. In a dire situation, they can't afford any mistakes. Neither of them willing to back off. Changes the pace with an air-to-air. Springs forward with the drive rush. Baits them and goes in for the hug. This is a critical point of the round where they just need to go for it. Player 2 will look to apply the corner throw and it. Player 2 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with?
Round 2. Fight.
Opts the big space to start. Who's going to start things off? The jump in catches them. You can open up chances to do big damage by baiting something out, getting that opening, and then jumping in. Player 1 has a slight life lead. There's been some back and forth, but no one has dominated the fight. Opt for the free flow kicks to get springs forward with the drive rush. You've got to be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. Takes the opponent out of the air. This is a chance to dictate the pace. Brushes that off and keeps going. Quick breather. Goes to the air. Player 2 needs to take it. What were they thinking? Side switch in the corner. Knocked them out of the air. What now? Player 1 will look to apply pressure. What a finish! Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Jump in. Drive rush to try and keep up the attack. Very nice anti-air there. They read their opponent like a book. Wow. Shut down. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Okay, creating some space here. Taking stock. Opts for the air-to-air encounter. Player 2 is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. In a dire situation, they can't afford any mistakes. Spikes him with free glove. I think they drive rush to keep it going. Experiencing burnout. Player 2 in trouble with no drive. Pounding them with the Lachuka. Can they stand the heat? To come from the brink like that? What a comeback! Player 1 with the first strike, but they can't get complacent.
Very good indeed. Round 2. Fight.
Departure set. Who's going to start things off? Player 2 has a slight life lead that they may sit on. There's been some back and forth, but no one has dominated the fight. Player 2 is working with a better gauge. What can they do with it? What separates the good from the great in this game is smart gauge management. Free ball? Drops up. Spikes him with free glove. That's a big gap. Who's going to close it? Baits them and goes in for the hug. Going in? Drive rush to keep it going. This is gonna hurt. Any mistake here is gonna be fatal. What's it gonna be? Draw super hard incoming. Excellent read. Who will set the bait at this range? They both decide to ease the tension and back off. Overhead, but it won't work. Players gotta do better than that. Do they gamble something here on a drive move? They back down to regroup. This may be the final push. Take that. What a finish! We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win?
Final round. Fight.
A jump clutch plus anti-air. This is gonna hurt. Opt for the free flow kicks to get a drink in. All in with a rush. Amazing. Not looking good. The corner's a bad place to be. Player 2 is in a very good spot. Let the Chernobyl rip. Okay, here we go. Can they make the most of this? With a super art equipment? What now? Great sees the overhead coming. Player 2 can't let this simmer. They gotta start cooking. What's next? Player crushes in. Very nice free glove. Any mistake. Oh, drive up in. It is over. Player 2 has gotta be feeling good getting the win out of that absolute carnage. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that comeback. Who fools them and locks them in embrace. Departure set. Things are slow going right now, but we may see someone speed things up soon. They're still feeling each other out. Okay, both fighters have taken a long step back. They're both looking to reassess the fight. The fighters take a step back to reassess. Time for a new game plan. Well, they managed to escape the corner, but they can't let their guard down. Takes a trip. Nothing but air for the impact. You do not want to whip an impact. Gets the jump in. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage.
Round 2. Fight.
Goes for the jump in to start. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up and takes a big gamble and rips out a raw super? 3-ball ices him. Player 2 had an impressive round while managing their drive game. They'll want to carry that momentum into the next round. Jumps up. Gotta be careful, springs forward with the drive rush. Closes the distance. Player 2 will look to apply pressure here. Boots him and takes a swing. A jump in. All in with a rush. Nails the 3-ball. Okay, there's a burnout. Player sets up with closes it out. We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win?
Final round. Fight.
Jump! 3-ball. Takes them in with the Latsuka. Counting on the super to do the job. Drive rush. Fools them and locks them in embrace. What now? Play forward rush. Getting up close and personal. Carries them all the way to the corner and what? Oh my God, they just jumped it up. Finds the target. Player 2. Nothing stops this train. 3-ball. Oh, coming for you. This can lead to some big damage. They gotta dig down deep. Sets up with the jump in. Ooh, but it is over. Player 2 was definitely sweaty during that well-earned win.
Round 1.
They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Starting the party. Departure set. Drive rush to keep it going. The properties that attacks get from a drive rush make them a great tool for creating chances like that. The fighters are at a standstill. What's going on through their heads? The fighters take a step back to reassess. Time for a new game plan. Reads that. Life lead opens up. Knockdown. Player 2 is maintaining the corner position for some, wraps it up with the drive impact. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage.
Round 2. Fight.
Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Oh, talk about overextending. Player 1 kept their drive gauge topped off through that round and still took the win. Guess they didn't need it. Jump, goes, hits them with a stopping block. Player 2 will look to apply pressure here, experiencing burnout. Swagger step. Hold your breath. This can lead to some big damage. You've got to be mindful of reach and jumping while critical. What's going to happen? Big difference in life and finishes with the throw. Last round, people. Both fighters got to go all in from this point.
Final round. Fight.
Starting. This is going to hurt. Drops him hard. Player 1 had a rough go of it last round due to poor drive management. But there's still time to adapt and turn this match around. Nowhere to run. Player 2 has the super gauge advantage. The swagger step sends him flying. Player 2 with the rhythm owning that escape. Uh-oh, devil song. Are they going to be able to come? That's how you close it out. What a beast.
Jamie.
Player 2 is a force to be reckoned with. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Nails the anti-air. Will the drive parry here open things up for him? Moves performed off a drive rush get extra plus frames, making for a potentially high return. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Knockdown. Uses the parry. Did this super art connect? Their super art could KO. Player 2 sets the tone with that win. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Round 2. Fight.
Jumps in. 3-volt ices him. Player 1 was completely shut out in that last round. They really need to think about whether to press on with their current game plan or change up their playstyle a bit. Opts to continue the attack with the drive. Going in, they decide to take a breather to regroup. Baits them and goes in for the hug. Drops up. Raves them. Knockdown and brushes that off and keeps going. Jumps up. Ooh, does him dirty. The super doesn't hit. Any mistake here is gonna be fatal. Solid anti-air. Take that guard away. He's maxed out. And whips. They're wide open. Knocked him out of the air. What are you jumping in for? This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks.
Very good indeed. Final round. Fight.
This is it. Who's gonna take it all? Target overhead. Excellent read. Taking chunks out of each other here. This unleashes some big damage. Great job in escaping that corner pressure and moving back to center stage. Player 1 is barely curls him from above. Boots him and takes a swing. Jump anti-air in the clutch. Where's this going? Tons of space between the fighters now. What are they cooking up? Things are very tense as this exchange continues. Players betting it all on this level 2 super art. Good presence of mind to pull the trigger. A real test of nerves here. A jump in? Boots him and takes a swing. They've been keeping a full drive gauge in their pocket, but they gotta pull it out sooner or later. It is over! Player 1 clinches the win! But that could have been anyone's game. No way we could have called that.
Comes a new challenger.
What are we going to see transpire between these fighters? No one knows, but this is going to be a must-see match.
Hope you're not a sore loser.
Round 1. Fight.
All right, first round. What's going to happen? Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. It's clear that neither of them wants to be in the corner. Avoids getting cornered. Okay, both fighters have taken a long step back. They're both looking to reassess the fight. Takes the chance to hurt him. Gets him. Player 2 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with?
Round 2. Fight.
Decides to create some distance to start. Fantastic reactions there. Decides to meet them in the air. Springs forward with a drive rush. The properties that attacks get from a drive rush make them a great tool for creating chances like that. Player 2 chases them down. They gotta be careful not to overextend or their opponent might go for a side kick. Dashes! Hits him with a stopping block. Player 2 fires off the Ternova, experiencing burnout. Player 1 just put themselves on equal footing with that super. Nobody blinked. Looking for a chance, drops them from the air. Tough nothing but air! A quick breather. Player connects with the throw. Here comes the corner press. Send him to another dimension. Player 2 can't use any drive moves. Gotta play it, set fools them, and lock them in a flatline zone. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks.
Very good indeed. Final round. Fight!
Orbalon incoming. This is it. Who's gonna take it all? Throwing some shade. Breaks it. All the throw connects. Takes advantage of the hesitation and gets some good damage in return.
Come on. It's time to trade.
Uh-oh. This could really tip the case. Off the special meter on the super. Okay, this is gonna hurt. Send them to another dimension. Happy hour. Keep them out. Let the Chernobyl rip. Excellent read. Shoots him and takes a swig. This can lead to some big damage. You'll cut that boy off. He fools them and locks them in embrace. Both sides getting ready. Are they going to be able to come back and snatch victory from Hugs nothing but air? The jump is, oh my God, Rock Super! Player 1, big time whip! Getting up, they are done! Player 2 is gonna be watching replays for this one for a while. They really took it down to the wire.
Round 1.
It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Somehow manages to block the jump in. Revolt will gain control of the match in the early going. Neither fighter wants to get stuck in the corner as they continue to duke it out mid-stage. What's the play here? Both sides have full drive and plenty of health. Let's see how things open up. What are they thinking here? Can't tech the throw? Player 2 is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. Long low attack hits, so they break forward to pressure the opponent. Player 1 is almost dead, but some clutch drive moves and a few prayers could turn this around in their favor. In a dire situation, they can't afford any mistakes. Springs forward with a drive rush. Hold your breath. Getting tipsy with the devil inside. KO! Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage.
Round 2. Fight!
Jump? Are we going to see some fireworks here? Did this super art connect? Still very early in the round. Keeping track of the opponent's movements, waiting for a good opening. Okay, creating some space here. Player 2 will look to apply pressure here. Huge opportunity here with no way to backdash out of danger. Swagger step. Jumps in. Time for a drink. Drive gauge management here is going to be vital. Overdrive arts give moves a big power boost at the cost of using some of the drive moves, so meter management is vital. Their life is hanging by a thread. They've got to lean heavily on their drive moves now. Perfect execution with the anti-air. That's not gonna hit. Three gloves. Are we gonna see a comeback here? Setting it all on the drive run. Threads it cleanly. Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Sticks the jump in. Plenty of time left. How's the match gonna play out? A dangerous range here. You don't want to get jumped on a long recovery move, or you're gonna do tons of damage. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Keeping them in the corner will only produce more damage opportunities. The fighters are matching each other move for move going into the midway point of the match. Both fighters are trying to decide their next move. Did this super art connect? Oops, they were anticipating that super art. Player 2 is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. We're in the final moments of the round. They can't squander this punish counter check. KO! Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage.
Round 2. Fight.
Jumps. The next round is beginning. What's gonna fires off at Nova? Was looking for that jump attack. 3-volt ices him. Player 2 will look to apply pressure here. Big chance here to do some damage if they can keep the corner pressure up. 3-volt. Player 2 is working with a better gauge. What can they do with it? Ooh, they're gonna feel that. Here with a drive rush to keep it going. Player 2 needs to use their SA gauge to their advantage here. This is a complete shot. Closes it out. We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win?
Final round. Fight.
And it is on! The last round. It's drops him hard. Back into the corner. What setup do they have? They gotta be careful not to overextend or their opponent might go for a side switch. The swagger step sends them flying. A jump in curls them from above. A jump? This could lead to some big damage. Player 1 needs to use their drive moves to have it knock them out of the air. Drive rush. Noticeable life lead. Is a comeback still possible? Starting the party? Perfect execution with the anti-air. Just flatlines him. Player 2 made some smart moves there. Great game. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Jumps in. Goes for the jump in. Jumps up. The fighters continue to check each other in the early going. They're still feeling each other out. Well-timed command throws there. They get the distance they want. Let's see their approach. The fighters take a step back to reassess. Time for a new game plan. Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. Punishes that ill-timed attack with a drive impact. Very bad choice there. Both sides backing off to form their game plan. Drive rush and a super activation. Looking to score some juicy damage. They just went for it with that super. This may be the start of their counter-offensive. Got their eye on the air. Takes a trip, springs forward with the drive rush. At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very drive rush to keep it going. Gets them. Player 1 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling.
Round 2. Fight.
Immediate jump in. Fires off the Nova. And a super activation. Looking to score some juicy damage. Player 2 has a slight life advantage. Oh, they're in the corner now. No running away. Chases them into the corner and will now look to do some damage. Springs forward with the drive rush. The path to a win looks very tough here. Drive rush to keep it going. Baits them and goes in for the hug. Rush. There's a change of sides. Jump. Drops them. Fires off the Nova. Ooh, they're gonna feel that. Here we go. Jumps, reads the jump in perfectly. Closes it out. We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win?
Final round. Fight.
Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Departure set. Player 2 will look to apply pressure here. Big chance here to do some damage if they can keep the corner pressure up. Player 2 has the super gauge advantage. What separates the good from the great in this game is smart gauge management. Send them to another dimension. Excellent read. Getting up close and personal. Amazing. Player 2 can't let this simmer. They gotta start cooking. Breaks it. Player 1 is burns out. Player 1 sets up with the jump in. This might be a pivotal super arc. it's time for that run back. Jump. Barely blocks the jump in. Blocking a jump in attack means you're at a disadvantage, so they should be looking to anti-air instead. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Keeping them in the corner will only produce more damage opportunities. The cross-up connects. Trips them up. This is the range where things get messy. Can they utilize their reach or bait each other out? Opts for the air-to-air encounter. Adds a little super juice into this combo for more damage. Decides to meet them in the air. Life lead opens up. Springs forward with a drive rush. Opts for the free flow kicks to get a drink in. Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. They're jostling for the dominant. Burnout activated in there. Player 1 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling.
Round 2. Fight.
Are we going to see some fireworks here? Player 1 kept their drive gauge topped off through that round and still took the win. Guess they didn't need it. Was looking for that jump attack. Decides to meet them in the air. Smart play there to go for the air-to-air. Even if it can't lead to a combo, it's low risk but effective. You've gotta be mindful of reach and jumping at this range. Going in, fights them with free glove. Through the door. Overdrive art, fires off the Genova. KO. Player 1 took no time to finish that fight. How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow-up here? Caught in the crossover. Rattles them with a beautifully placed jump in. Both fighters are pretty much unscathed. Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? The drive rush to try and keep up the attack. Uses the target combo to take a chunk of damage off the opponent. Denies the jumping attack with a jumping attack of their own. Player 2 chases them down. The drink level's up to 4. All options are on the table. Misses the drive impact. Player 2 is just about out of drive after that. How's this round going to develop? Player 1 can't afford to get hit again, but still has a chance to take the round if they can find openings to use their drive. Gets. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage.
Round 2. Fight.
Opts to create space to start. They both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter. Gets the jump in, takes a big gamble and rips out a raw super. Player 2 is working with a better gauge. What can they do with it? Brushes that off and keeps going. Swagger step. Player 2 baits out the attack and gets the punish counter. Player 2 can't use any drive moves without burning out. Free gloves. Looking for a chance. Both of our combatants are cooking up something. Throwing some shade. One mistake here is all that's needed to finish the round. A quick breathe. This can lead to some big damage. Player 2 connects with the throw. What's next? Player 2 can't let this simmer. Will this super art do anything? Noticeable life lead. Oh my god, they just choked it up. Oh, here we go. They gotta go. Both of them back off. They may be preparing flatline zone. Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Jumps in. Hits with the overhead. From up above. Still slugging it out here. Okay, takes them all the way to the corner. They've got nowhere to run now that they're in the corners. Finds the time to squeeze in a buff. Player 2 is is maintaining the corner position. Hold your breath. Can they convert this punish counter opportunity and just add a little super juice into this combo for more damage? Getting into the end game now. It's getting tense. It's the level 1. Breaking with the KO. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage.
Round 2. Fight.
Goes for the jump in to start. They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Both fighters are looking for a way to get in, but there's still time to feel out the situation. Keeping track of the opponent's movements, waiting for a good opening. Both fighters may be looking to risk going in with an empty SA gauge so they can fill it quickly. 3-volt ices him. Player 2 will look to apply pressure here. They gotta be careful not to overextend or their opponent might go for a side kick. They are really going at each other this round. The reads they make now will be key. Jump. That's a big drive rush to keep it going. Fools them and locks them in embrace. Dashes forward. Boots them and takes a swing. Drive rush. Flatline though. Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow up here? Jumps in. Not shy with the grab. Still slugging it out here. Player 1 has the life lead. Can they exploit this advantage? Box him with a target cover. No good up high. Strings it all together. Decent damage. What's next? I wonder how both fighters will adapt to what we've seen so far. Taking stock. Goes for the super arm? Plenty of space between the springs forward with the drive rush. Opts for the free flow kicks to get going on the offensive. Player in there. Player 2 with the first strike, but they can't get complacent.
Round 2. Fight.
The puck rushes down the opponent to impose their will. Getting tipsy with the devil inside. Early round decisions are so important to set the tone. Player 2 will want to take advantage of their meter lead while they have it. With this kind of gauge gap, they'll want to think about when to use it and not be trigger happy. This is the range where things get messy. And it springs forward with the drive rush. Player 2 has a slight life lead. Drive rush to keep it going. Closes the distance. Player 2 fires off the Nova. Quick breather. Player 1 just put themselves on equal footing with that super. Nobody blinked. Uses the target combo as a filler. What'll happen? This can lead to some big damage. Player 1 has a full drive gauge, but is in there. Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Plenty of time left. How's the match gonna play out? Player 1 has the life lead. They've got a small life lead, but it's not over. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Keeping them in the corner will only produce more damage opportunities. Did well to get the buff in there. What a clutch side kick there. Now they need to capitalize on this chance. Life lead opens up. Knockdown. Jumps up. This is a critical point of the round where they just need to springs forward with the drive rush. Baits out the attack and gets the punish count. In there! Player 1 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with?
Round 2. Fight.
The next round is beginning. Fires off into Nova. Perfect time to spend the meter. Player 1 took that round comfortably. No need to bring out the big guns yet. What's going to be the play here with this kind of meter gun? Player 1 has a slight life lead. There's been some back and forth, but no one has dominated the fight. That's a big gap. Who's going to close it? Going in? Drive rush to keep it going. Closes the distance. Clean parry. Fights out of the corner, fires off the Ternova. Are they going to be able to come back and snatch victory from the betting it all on the drive rush? Are we gonna see a comeback here? Oh man, this is a scary forward rush. A single hit will do it. Uses the teleport. Closes it out. Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow-up here? Low heavy hits, mix up incoming. Absorbs the attack and fires back. Responds to the jump with one of their own to drop it. They're on the lookout for jump-ins. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Keeping them in the corner will only produce more damage opportunities. They can open up this round big by converting this punish counter. Taking stock. They're jostling for the dominant position in the corner. Neither of them willing to back off here. Player 1 is up drive rush to keep it going. Opts for the free flow kick KO. Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling.
Round 2. Fight.
Tries to set the tone with that charging attack. Reads them. Baits them and goes in for the hug. Opts for the air-to-air encounter. Smart play there to go for the air-to-air. Even if it can't lead to a combo, it's low risk but effective. Player 1 has the life lead. Can they use it? There's been some back and forth, but no one has dominated the fight. But the super doesn't hit. Spikes him with reglide. Departure set. Player 2 will look to apply pressure here. Swagger step. Low heavy. Throwing some just goes for it at this range. Life lead is there, but still anyone's game. This is gonna hurt. Crashes out the cage right there.
This is our destiny.
This is gonna kill. No doubt about it.
Gets got.
Closes it out. Player 2 gets the win in a convincing fashion. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Gets the jump in. Opts for the free flow kicks to get a drink in. Nails the anti-air. The fighters are at a standstill. What's going on through their heads? The fighters take a step back to reassess. Time for a new game plan. Both sides have full drive and plenty of health. Let's see how things open up. Overdrive arts give moves a big power boost at the cost of using some of the drive gauge, so meter management is vital. Sees the overhead coming and blocks it. Player 1 is almost dead, but some clutch drive moves and a few prayers to turn this around in their favor. In a dire situation, they can't afford any mistakes. Springs forward with the drive rush. Taking stock. Player 2 can't fires off the Ternova. You've got to be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. Manages to block the jump-in attack. Both fighters planning something? Closing moments of the match. One hit's gonna do it. Lots of distance here as both fighters look for an opening. They are one move away from the win. Player 2 has completed the KO. Player 2 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with?
Round 2. Fight.
Back at the start. They're not taking any chance. Gets carried to the corner. Lands the forward throw. The corner pressure continues. Player 2 holding on to that corner advantage. Knockdown and smart play with the throw. Opts for the free flow kicks to get a drink in. Uses the target combo as a filler. The punish counter gives them a great opening here to do big damage. Player 2 KO! That was a clinic on how a solid neutral game wins matches. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Fantastic reactions there. They're on the lookout for jump-in. Lots of aggression from both sides. Will they incorporate that full drive gauge they have into their game plan? Will they use their drive to break through or to turn up the heat? It's a good job of pushing back. Goes for the drive rush there. Okay, so you can use drive rushes just like that to launch attacks from much further away. Life lead opens up. KO! Player 2 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with?
Round 2. Fight.
Oh, it looks like they're waiting to see what brings out the super heart. How's it gonna work out for them? Jump? Player 2 is working with a better game. What can they do with it? What separates the good from the great in this game is smart gauge management. That's not gonna hit. Player 2 will look to apply pressure here. Big chance here to do some damage if they can keep the corner pressure up. Gets them with the anti-air. A quick breather. Swagger step. Manages to block the jump-in attack. Jumps up. This is gonna hurt. What's next? Player 1 can't let this simmer. They gotta start cooking. Taking chunks out of each other here. Head forward rush. This can lead to some big damage. Getting it all on the drive rush. Closes it out. Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
Round 1.
They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Beats them and goes in for the hug. Goes for a drive rush. They're looking to keep on the offensive for as long as possible. So, a drive rush can really close the distance, putting moves that would otherwise be out of reach in that sweet spot to launch a surprise attack. Turns it up a notch and sends them to the corner. Good job here in giving themselves a chance to gain the upper hand. The fighters are matching each other move for move going into the midway point of the match. The jump-in is denied. Brings out the super. How's it gonna work out for them? Takes a trip. They may need to spend some meter here in order to close out this round. Time to reassess the situation. Gets the jump-in in there. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage.
Round 2. Fight.
Jumps in. The next round is beginning. What's gonna happen now? Getting tipsy with the devil inside. Time for a drink. Player 2 has the life lead. Can they use it? There's been some back and forth, but no one has dominated the fight. Springs forward with the drive rush. Knockdown and player 2 will look to apply pressure here. They're in the corner and the beatdown closes with the throw. Hitting them with the smart stuff.
Jamie.
That was a clinic on how a solid neutral game wins matches.
Round 1.
Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Oh, talk about overextending. Absorbs the attack and fires back. Puts one in the pocket. Now they get pushed into the corner, where it's going to be very difficult to escape. Buy some time by driving them into the corner, and now they can create some big chances to do damage here. On dangerous turf. Easy to get tagged at this range. Starts with a jumper. You can open up chances to do big damage by baiting something out, getting that opening, and then jumping in. With the life gap opening up, they need to lean hard on their drive usage. Opt for the throw to close it out. Player 2 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on.
Round 2. Fight.
Jumps in. Opt for the free flow kicks to get a drink in. Player 2 kept their drive gauge topped off through that round and still took the win. Guess they didn't need it. Plenty of space between the fighters. What will be their approach? A good chance here to recover the drive gauge or figure out the next step. Player 2 will look to apply pressure here. They gotta be careful not to overextend or their opponent might go for a side step. Player 2 is in a pretty good situation with a meter advantage. What separates the good from the great in this game is smart gauge management. Come upstairs! Sets up with the jump in! Both fighters planning something? And they create an opportunity for themselves to seal the deal, hanging on for dear life. Send them to another dimension! Take that Gordon forward! Yo! Rock! Flatline zone! Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Jump. Okay, we're in the early stages of the round. Plenty of time left. How's the match gonna play out? Player 1 has the life lead. Time to sit on the lead. A dangerous range here. You don't want to get jumped on a long recovery move where you're gonna eat tons of damage. Had the radar up and running. Both fighters are trying to decide their next move. Box him with a target combo. Player 1 is going to have a hard time managing their drive now. Jumps. Fights him with 3 gloves. Anything could happen here. 3 gloves. They decide to hang back and springs forward with the drive rush. They need to rely on their instincts here. Barely blocks the jump in. Baits them and goes in for the hug. KO. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage.
Round 2. Fight.
Opts to create space to start. Blocks it. Brings out the super art. How is it gonna work out for them? Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. They gotta be careful not to overextend or their opponent might go for a side switch. Player 1 has the deck stacked against them. Can perfect KO. They were in full control there.
You know what they say.
This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks.
Final round. Fight.
Opts to create space to start. The last round. It's now or never. A parry? From upstairs. Over the hug super art. But the super doesn't hit. You've gotta be mindful. Springs forward with the drive rush. Closes the distance. Forward throw. Laying the pressure on things. Opts for the free flow kicks to get a drink. Crowns them from above. Both sides not looking good. The corner's a bad place to be. No corrects them. Oh, putting the cherry on top. Burns the bar, comes off the tank and scores the win. Player 2 is a force to be reckoned with.